I have all of my futures written down. Okay, as long as I have a
Yeah.
bracket so I can remember what teams are where.
So we'll start in the East here. Don't worry about futures we've talked about, like on the show. Like obviously, I'm pretty sure we both have UConn. Um, do you? I don't have a Michigan State one. I have a St. John's one that I've had from a beginning of the year. I think it's the
Uh,
only one I have in this region. Unfortunately for you, the next region we get to is where all of your actual championship futures are. Tale's old as time.
yeah, yeah. As far as futures that I had placed before I got down here, all of them are natty. I don't have any Final Four futures that I placed like during the season or anything like that. Only one really here is Kansas,
Yeah.
which
Oh,
they're a wild card.
yeah, I have them too. Actually, I forgot about that. We bet that together after one insane Darren Peterson game. I can't remember which one it was. And we're like, dude,
Yeah.
if he's healthy and he's engaged, like they can beat fucking anybody. But anything that you played since the turn and anything like that, like you've played in this region.
So I broke my rule. I bet on my team, uh, Ohio State Sweet 16 at plus 550.
Okay, you're limited on odds. I should say that as well.
Yes,
Um,
yes. I'm only going based off of my bookie.
yeah, that I mean that's dude. If I got offered a job in another state that didn't, I don't know. I mean, I could still go offshore, but it is nice to have a plethora of books to go to find the best number. Because, like I said, I have this as well, but I have plus 750 on DraftKings to make the sweets to make the second weekend. Um, yeah, I just think Duke is a little vulnerable, but I mean, there's a reason again it's plus 750. But I could also see them losing to TCU, so I
I
get it.
also did Michigan State Elite Eight and St. John's Elite Eight, along with St. John's Final Four.
Yeah, I have St. John's Final Four as well, and it's so terrifying because apparently Northern Iowa is like some people are falling in love with it. But I get it; it's a slow pace kind of thing. But I personally I don't see it. Let's go to South. I believe this one is. Um, I know I have a Florida one. I got that at a pretty good number. Can't remember. Houston, I have a big fucking bet on. I think that was my $50 one. Um,
Hmm.
Stock probably not as high as it was when I bought it. You know, they say buy high, sell low. What is the other one? I think that's it. I know you have Illinois somewhere.
Yeah, this one I have the top three seeds.
Okay. Oh yeah, yeah. This is the region of death for you. But I did get
Well, there's also another one that technically has three. Oh yeah, it's Michigan. Oh yeah, it's Michigan's bracket that Michigan or no, never mind. We'll get to it when we get to it. But yeah, three natty futures in here. So and they're the top three seeds. So I feel good about it.
at least
I
one's coming
honestly,
true.
there's one team in this bracket I am heavily invested in, and if you listen to the bracket one, you can probably already know it's Houston.
Yeah, same here. That'd be my biggest cash, I believe. Well, St. John's would be bigger, but
Well, I mean, I've since bet Elite Eight because it's still plus money, and then Final Four reach the net. They have the reach the final,
mm,
have that, and then they're not obviously like NC State's my biggest payout,
oh, same.
but uh yeah, as far as like realistic ones, Houston's probably second. Michigan, I win like 500. Houston, I win four.
Yeah, but the Michigan one didn't you parlay with Indiana?
Yeah, I bet it twice. I bet it as a single, and then I
Okay.
parlayed. I made the Ohio State Doom scenario parlay, which was Indiana win the national championship and then Michigan to win the national
Well, it's
championship.
already halfway there. Um,
Yeah.
so in this one, again I bet. Going in big on him. I bet Troy at 30-1 to make the Sweet 16. I tried to do the math, and I was wondering if I would just bet the money line and then roll it over when I make more, and it was pretty damn close. So I just went ahead and bet it. And then at VCU as well. And we'll get to that because I did not have them on my bracket, but I bet them to make the Sweet 16 too because I actually do kind of like their path. The more I look into it, I actually kind of like the Rams a little bit. But other than that,
Hmm.
I ain't got anything else here.
Yeah, I'm just now more heavily invested in Houston in this bracket, but that's really it.
To the what is this one? The East?
No,
No,
West.
the West. Yeah, the West. I have an Arizona one. No, I picked to win the national
Yes,
title. I have Wisconsin Final Four that I played a while ago, and then I believe that is well, I mean NC
NC
State.
State.
Besides that, I didn't go in on hardly anything new in this region, even though I do think there's some. Oh no, I have BYU. I bet BYU 10-1 to make the Elite Eight.
See, I thought about BYU. I almost thought the problem is like I want to do something with Wisconsin, but then I still see Arkansas right there. And like at the same, you and I have the same dilemma. We both like Arkansas and Wisconsin, and it's just like picking which one of your favorite, which one of your children is your favorite.
Yeah, and then also I don't know if either one's beating Arizona. So like I think Wisconsin got one of the shittiest fucking draws. Like congratulations on an awesome season. You beat Illinois on the road, Michigan on the road, and Purdue on the road, and now if you beat High Point because it's a tricky game, probably taking on Arkansas. You beat Arkansas, you probably got Arizona. Like I don't see it. You know what I mean? I don't see a past the Sweet 16.
Yeah, I thought about taking some Gonzaga stock on like Elite Eight, but there wasn't really much value to it, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
Ken Pom fucking loves them.
No,
Saying
I
Marquette
know, and it
screws
kills like the
everything.
odds, but it's like, but also, Rothstein did his like yearly podcast with Pardon My Take. He made it seem like Huff might play.
Yeah, I started hearing that, but it's looks like it's gonna be later in the tournament, so they at least have to make the Sweet
Okay,
16,
okay.
from what I hear. But
Hmm.
I'll believe it when I see it. A lot of these coaches are fucking full of shit with some of this crap. They're fucking pulling a Kyle
Yep.
Whittingham on us. Then the final
Hmm.
region, I have a Michigan future that's decent. I have an Iowa
Yep.
State one, and that for me, I have Tech, which at the time I thought I had really good value. Like to me, I'm telling you right now, if JT Toppin's healthy, they're my Final Four team out of this bracket. But
He does have eligibility for next year, right?
yeah, he's only a junior. But
Okay.
are you gonna pay? That's the thing is like, are they gonna pay all that much? Because he's gonna be the top paid player in the portal most likely if he or in college. If not saying he would go to the portal, just
Hmm.
in general, will be the top paid player and deservedly so. Is Texas going to do that after an ACL tear? I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
And also
There's got
the reports that Yaxel was offered $7 million from Kentucky is just stop. Like he said that's all fucking bullshit. It's no every Kentucky source is like, yeah, not a shot this fucking happened. Now, for one, if you were offered $7 million, you're taking it every time. You're not going to Michigan to make half that. Like that's fucking
yeah.
ludicrous. I don't know why he keeps pumping that shit. Um, yeah, other than that, I didn't play anything else besides Hofstra to the Sweet 16, which the first round matchup looks a little easier now than it did yesterday, which is luckily I got a really good number on it.
Yeah, I got a good number on it and on the money line
Yeah,
too.
so I'll do what I was gonna tell. I told you off camera. Well, on camera, we're not recording. So anyone that's in a state that has legal gambling everywhere, if you're gonna bet money line underdogs, there's only one book to use, and that is Bet365. It's the only book you're gonna use for money line underdogs. They're doing a promo for the first round, and first round only. If team goes up 10, payout. Doesn't matter the result. So Hofstra jumps out of the gate. They're hitting their threes. They go up 12-2. You're paid. They lose by 30. Doesn't matter. You still cash your bet. If you're betting on the
Yep.
underdogs, you're only using Bet365. Is the
Yep.
only way to do it. That's
Yep.
sucks. I'm sorry.
No, I listen, it's give and take like I said before. If this was football season, I'd probably be in a lot different of a situation. Either that or I would be making that hour and 45-minute trip to the Texas Tennessee border and placing all my bets, kind of like doing it old school style when I'd have to go over to Indiana.
Mm.
But uh yeah, in this bracket, Michigan, Iowa State, and Texas Tech are my natty features. I kind of went in heavy on Tennessee Sweet 16.
I have that too. Sorry. I forgot about that one. I have that, and then I
Yeah,
sprinkled a tiny, tiny bit on the Elite Eight.
okay, I didn't go that far with them. But yeah, I went heavy on them, especially like thinking of that matchup potentially against Virginia. As much as I love Wright State, I don't see them pulling off the upset there, but I like the way that Tennessee matches up against Virginia.
Yep, so do I. But let's jump into the picks. But like I said, if you are betting underdogs and you have legal betting, I'm telling you, bet 365. How many times do you see an underdog get up double digits and then get blitzed the rest of
Yeah,
the
I
way?
think last year it was ESPN that was doing it, but I don't think it was 10. I think it was still like they usually do like 17.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's only 10.
Mhm.
Like that's
Yeah,
pretty good number. That is only for the first round, so don't be doing it for the rest of
yeah,
the way. But let's do the first four. Let's get to the first four here. This game's already happening. Howard is going to win, and they are up.
yeah. They're up 14 with 14 minutes left.
I mean, it's not guaranteed, but I mean, we can't pick it right now. So let's get to the later game here. Horns down. NC State, Texas. This is at a pick 'em, I believe. I actually should double check because I made these this morning. I believe it was a pick 'em.
I think if anything, it's only like NC State -1,
It
but it's
currently,
been all over the place.
yeah, it's about a 1. You can find a 1 basically anywhere here. I mean, I think you can tell by the logo. Give me the
Go
Wolfpack here.
Wolfpack.
Yeah, I like the
Yeah,
Wolfpack
go
too.
Wolfpack.
Texas hasn't been impressive all season. Now, they did beat NC State earlier in the season. I will say that. That was in Maui. I trust Wade more than Miller. And this Texas team, I thought they had like a good stretch there for like maybe like 3 weeks where they beat Alabama on the road, beat a couple other teams on the road. They looked really good. They came down to earth there. The only worry is that their front court is a little bit better than NC State. NC State's not really known for size, but I still think Will Wade and them get it done. And you agree? I take it.
Oh, absolutely. I'm not giving up on NC State just yet.
Let's go to the game on Wednesday, tomorrow. Prairie View A&M, the fucking Panthers that just own me and just continue to kick the shit out of me versus Lehigh. I think they've won 4 straight against me, and I continue to do it. But you know what, Connor? I didn't hear no fucking bell.
Oh my God.
Give me them fucking Skyhawks to get it done. Lehigh advances on to the 16 or to play the 1 seed. Give me the Skyhawks. I got this at 1.5 when it opened. It's now 3.5, and I'm still fucking laid. I didn't hear no goddamn bell. Prairie View, bring it the fuck on. I'm winning this fight. I don't care. I'll die on this goddamn hill.
Um, so for this game, I did Lehigh money line and an alternate line in the next game because it dropped. So yeah, I'm with you on Lehigh.
Speaking of that game, I think it's actually up from this number though.
See,
It,
I ended up moving it to 9.5 because yesterday when I was placing all my bets, it was at 7.5.
Yeah, it looks like it is 7.5, 6.5, wherever you can find it. Miami, Ohio is getting 6.5 against SMU, and
You're just gonna leave Randy on the fucking board like that.
I didn't hear no fucking bell Prairie View. I should have put I should have put a little fucking Lehigh hat on him or something. I was like telling him, I'm like, I'll go fucking bankrupt trying to fade this fucking Panthers team. Like, get them the hell out of there. So I will say with the numbers when it comes to the SWAC and MEAC schools, I'm just kind of seeing it here with Howard. Metrics kind of don't really come into play as much because they schedule, 10 Big 12, Big East, Big 10, ACC, like SEC games. That's like all their bye games. They get the first 10 games, they get the shit kicked out of them. Like every team in the league because that's how they fund their program.
Yeah,
So it kind of just tanks their metrics. So they're better than what they say, but I'm still going Skyhawks. But in this game, I was so curious of why this number was as high. It opened as high as it was. I'm not surprised by the movement down. Like, who the fuck is SMU to be laying 7.5 points against anybody like that has a pulse?
you're not wrong.
Yeah, I'm still.
They've been so fucking wishy-washy all fucking season.
But the big thing for them is if you look at their splits from home and on the road, they won 1, 2 away games in ACC play. One of those was Wake Forest, which honestly not a terrible one because Wake was decent at home. But the other one was Pitt. All the other away games, lost by Louisville to 14, lost by 4 to Cal, lost by 20 to Stanford, lost by 13 to Florida State. Like, they have not been the same team away from home either. I'm going to take the Redhawks plus 7.5, and I'm going to bet the money line as well because I think the Redhawks get it done. They move on. If this game is close, that's all they've done all season is play close games, and they end up finding ways to win outside of one game. So I like Travis Steele and the Redhawks here to advance on. I'm not a big fan of SMU.
I I'm starting to buy more and more into the fact that Miami will have a very good crowd uh in Dayton. I I don't really know if they win, but I definitely think Miami covers.
Yep, that's why I agree. I mean, either way, I think, I regret saying it just because I don't want to jinx it, especially with the bets, but I don't see either one getting past Tennessee, though. So whoever wins this game, I think it's basically it there. But we got 32 games for the first round. I'm going to jump right into it here with that first game. Ohio State and TCU. Ohio State is laying 2.5. The last I checked, I need to pull the odds back up because I did this morning, but the closer we get to the tournament, that's when the bets start flowing in after they've already moved. This is still at a 2.5. Over-under is 146.5. This is in Greenville, South Carolina, so really no home edge for anybody. For me, I picked it in my bracket for Ohio State to advance, and I'm sticking with it. I'm going to lay the 2.5. I don't know if I'm going to be betting this one. I probably will because it is the very first game of the tournament. But, Bruce Thornton waited 4 years to get to this point, and he's finally getting into the dance. As much as I like Jamie Dixon and how successful he has been in March, I'm going to go with the Buckeyes. I'm going to lay the 2.5. What say you?
Obviously, I have the rule against betting my teams. Granted, futures, different thing. It usually works out for me as far as futures, but in single game, I'm not going to bet on Ohio State. But obviously, we all know where my heart is. I am glad, though, that we have the first game. So if we lose, heartbreak's over, and it's like, let's fucking go. Like it. If we lose in heartbreaking fashion, well, there's still like 20 more games to go on.
It's true. It doesn't seem like Ohio State always gets like the first game or like one of the first games.
Yeah, all I can think about is all those years ago, fucking Oral Roberts,
On the money line, baby.
you son of a bitch.
I told you a month before that happened, this was going to happen.
You literally, as it happened, as they announced it, you're like, you guys are losing. I'm like, you cocksucker.
Yeah, sometimes you get a little bit lucky, but it is what it
Me, me,
is.
me, me, me.
12:40 tip here in Oklahoma City, which isn't probably crazy far from Nebraska. It's probably not
Oh no, I
close,
don't think
but
so.
Nebraska's also like 8 hours long, so like fucking that ain't a drive. Troy's getting 12.5 versus obviously Nebraska. 137 is the total. This is still at 12.5. It dropped a point. I will say it's open at 13.5. Picked it as the upset of my bracket. I'm gonna stick to it. I'm gonna take the 12.5 with Scott Cross and the Troy Trojans. And I'm going to bet the money line as well. I think Troy beats Nebraska. Nebraska is to wait again to get their first NCAA tournament win. I think the shooters that Troy has, the athletes they have, and the style of defense they can play can protect the perimeter where Nebraska makes the majority of their money. Give me Troy. This is my upset, and it's also the 12:40 game too. So like upsets to me usually happen in the morning or late at night. This is a perfect spot for Troy to get it done. But I will take the 12.5, cover my ass a little bit.
Yeah, I got this at 13. I think Nebraska advances. I think they finally get one of the bigger monkeys off their backs and get their first ever tournament win. But I think Troy sticks within the number.
1:30 in Buffalo, New York. USF is getting 5.5. There's 4.5s out there. If you're on the Cardinals, total is at 165. This play, I have USF in my bracket as well. It's getting a little public. I'm not sure I love it.
Hmm.
Because let's see here. Splits 76% of the money and 62% of the bets are on the Bulls to get it done. But I'm going to stick. To me, I'm just going to bet the money line and just, again, it's the same thing with the Bet 365. They get up 10. This is going to cash for you. It's a high total, so the variances are very high. I'm going to do that with the Bulls. I really don't want anything part of the spread because I do think Louisville is really talented and easily could get this done. But I'm going to go with Hodgson and the Bulls. I think the physicality will fuck with Louisville as well. So, how about you?
Yeah, I only went on the money line. I'm like, the spread's not really big enough that I want bet it, so I just went strictly with the money line. Go Bulls. Go Brian Hartline.
Dude, the fucking games tomorrow morning are fire. High Point is getting 9.5 versus Wisconsin. Total is at 164. This is in Portland, where Wisconsin just apparently always gets sent out west.
Oh yeah,
Because I think
it's
we had
weird.
them last. Yeah, because they played BYU in altitude last year. We were all over the Cougars. Um,
Mm.
Another one where it seems to be splits have kind of came back. You can get a 10.5 out there too if you're still in a High Point, which is I think is where I'm going to go. I'm going to take the 10.5 with the Panthers of High Point, but I want to believe they can beat them, and I'll probably, even though I have futures, probably still going to root for them. It's really hard for me to root for favorites, especially in the tournament. But I think ultimately Wisconsin's going to win the game. But I think it is the point's a little too high, so High Point does get the cover.
Yeah, I got this at 10 last night. That's the one thing that I've also had to adjust is my bookie doesn't they'll leave stuff at a whole number instead of doing the halves and the yeah, it makes me mad. But got it at 10, so hoping that they only lose by 9. Like I don't want to think that Wisconsin loses. I think they're better than that, but I think that High Point can stay within this number.
Siena is getting 27.5 now. It's actually dropped. Total's at 136.5. Connor, since 2001, favorites of 25.5 or more in the 116 is hitting at almost 60%. It's 59.6%. The thing with these numbers, though, I have some trends that have happened over the last 20 years. The sport has changed a lot, especially with the portal and all this, everything like that. So, like NIL, teams are more stacked. So there, sometimes the like the trends do matter, but in the 116s, I really don't know. At 27.5, I'm gonna lay it, but I really don't want to bet it. Like, I really don't bet the 116 games very much.
Yeah, I went in on even laying the 29 and a half. It's like they're so fucking good, man, that I could even see like because of the Foster injury that maybe the guards like I could see Boozer, well, Cam Boozer being taken out of the game, but maybe the other Boozer and some of the starting guards are getting a little bit more playing time because it's like, hey, because of this injury, we need you guys ready to go if he's not 100%.
Mm.
So like maybe they leave them in a little bit longer. I don't know, but there's no way I was gonna take the 29 and a half with Sienna. Duke's gonna fucking boat race them.
McNeese is getting. Is it still 11.5? It is against Vanderbilt. Total is at 150.5. Now, the more I dove in and really started looking at it, I think Vanderbilt's going to win the game. I should say that.
Hmm.
But I will say, as good as Duke Miles and Tyler Tanner are, athleticism is not their strong suit. If you watch any of McNeese basketball, they have some incredible athletes that can run up and down the court. They press. They play a chaotic style of defense. I think 11.5 is too high. I'm going to take the Cowboys plus 11.5. But I think I'm going to stay away from the money line on this one because I think Byington is too good of a coach to have them get slipped up here. But I think the Cowboys do cover the spread. I have bet this
Yeah,
one.
wasn't it Tanner in the SEC championship game that like was not hitting many of his shots?
Yeah.
Yeah, if that happens again, like Vanderbilt could be really on upset alert. But I'm gonna just play like I could only get at 11 last night. I'm gonna take the 11 with McNeese.
I do promise I do have favorites in here, but it's just the way the games aligned.
It, dude, it's so much easier in the tournament to be talked into underdogs.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Remember getting talked into Grand Canyon last year? They were down 30, like right out the gate. We're like, oh, well, this game's
Yep,
over. Let's go outside
yep.
and rip a dart because this one's fucking over.
It was so bad.
North Dakota State is getting 16.5 against Michigan State. This one is in Buffalo. No play for me on this one, but if I had to choose here, I would lay it with Sparty. I don't think Izzo's going to fuck around in this spot. They get up big, sit on the lead, and I think they prevent the backdoor here. I'm going to go with Sparty in this spot.
It's the tournament I have to bet on every game. So I took North Dakota State. Um, yeah, I could see Izzo's been around long enough. He's gonna get the lead and he's just gonna coast. He doesn't want to give these guys any extra minutes. God knows he doesn't want to keep fears out there for any longer that he could get technical or some shit like that
Yeah,
and have to miss game.
fucking Grayson Allen, somebody's leg.
Yeah, no kidding. So I think North Dakota State can keep it within the number.
Next up, 425. Hawaii is getting 15.5 against Arkansas. 160.5 is the total. Hawaii does like to get out and run. You can get a 15 out there, too. I actually should know that because I bet it. I'm going to lay it with the Hogs here. If Hawaii's going to get out and want to, they used to play like a slower style, but now for some reason they do this like run and gun kind of offense here. If you're going to try to run with Arkansas and the athletes that they have, like good fucking luck. I think Arkansas absolutely blitzes Hawaii. This is a 25-point win, and I'm going to lock up the Razorbacks here. I've already bet this one too.
Yeah, I bet Arkansas at 15. I also outlined it to 19 and a half. Go Razorbacks.
Yeah, it could be the potential kiss of death. I did the same thing with basically the
You,
same
you
handicap
motherfucker. You
with St.
motherfucker.
Peter's in Kentucky. I was like, yep, Kentucky's winning this game by 100, and St. Peter's goes the Elite Eight. So you win some, you lose some here. But this, of my favorites, I think this is my favorite one. I think Arkansas kills them. Next up, we got VCU and North Carolina. VCU is getting 2.5, totals of 154. This isn't South Carolina, but it's not too far from VCU, and their fans show up. So I don't think it's going to be – it'll be a pro-Carolina crowd, but I don't think it'll be crazy. Yeah, I picked North Carolina in the bracket, and I think I'm going to go against it. I think I'm going to lock up VCU. I looked up more of the home and road splits, too. North Carolina was very, very subpar away from Chapel Hill. And you're down a man with Caleb Wilson still being out. What are you freaking out about?
Oh, I forgot it's charge season.
It is charge season. It's so fucking awesome. I love that it's
Yeah,
back.
UMBC's trying to climb back into this and then gets the old
There
yeah.
it is. I still think Titus's take on how to limit charges is the best.
It's genius. It really
If
is.
you don't know what it is, it's literally just make the charge call like some goofy TikTok dance. So these old refs will never want to call it because they don't want to have to do it.
Oh, absolutely. There's some refs that I swear it's kind of like the umpires that do the crazy strikeouts, and like you will see refs that go like halfway down the court and then they finally go, ah.
Oh yeah. You know what their new favorite is? Is when a team has momentum and they just hit a big bucket. The crowd gets crazy into it. They go back to play defense and somebody barely moves on a screen. They love calling that moving screen. Like the
Oh
crowd's
yeah,
already
I've
pumped
noticed
up
that a few times.
and it's just like a dude barely touches them and the ref just goes and then the crowd just erupts. College basketball has, when it comes to officiating, the refs make it about them more than any sport in the world.
Oh God, yes.
They're like, I'm a superstar out here.
The camera is on me.
Yeah, like they're not watching them; they're watching me. You're gonna get a high
All
knees
right.
ref out there doing that. But no, I'm going
Oh
with the
yeah.
Rams here. Give me Phil Martelli Jr. I think the Rams advance on here, and outside of that one run with Hubert Davis, hasn't really been great. To be honest with you. So,
One of the weirdest natty runs that
yeah.
we've ever seen. Not even that up.
Oh yeah, and the crazy thing is, I think Phil Martelli's a better coach. So I'm gonna go with the Rams.
Yeah, I'm on VCU money line and money line only, especially with the spread at fucking 2.5.
Yeah, see, that's when I like to take the spread because
I don't care.
you're
They're winning.
losing a lot of value, but it's what it is.
I don't care.
So this one we do not have a line on. It's Howard UMBC. It's going to be or UMBC. It's going to be a giant number against Michigan. I'm not betting.
Yeah.
But
lay 30.
Probably lay it.
Lay the 30.
Unfortunately, we have
Oh yeah, because especially when they were playing in the regular season, they were winning these games like 100 to 60 something.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm gonna go give you. Let me give you the lines for what these would be. So
yeah, I forgot to look these up.
Well, you have to use Haslam because he will do the you can match up who, like if Team A played this team, what would the line be? So he would have. Does he not have NC State on here? Okay, well, as a country, can we just do NC State instead of North Carolina State? He would have BYU by 3 over NC State, and then Texas, he would have them as both at 3. So you're probably looking at 3.5, 4. If you don't bet it at open, I guarantee it's going to jump because the dipshit casuals don't realize Richie Saunders is hurt. So it'll probably get up to a 4.5, a 5. But if I'm going to look at it and open at 3.5, I'm going to go with the Cougars. I think, obviously, for one, they're going to have the home crowd. It's in Portland. We already know BYU travels, and that is a semi-closer. I know the Pacific Northwest can get a little. I mean, the states are giant, so like travel, just because your states are connected does not mean. I don't know. Oregon's not connected to Utah, is it? It might be.
No.
Either way, it's close. It's closer than the other schools.
Maybe. No.
One thing I can promise you, I'm going to look that up, is they're going to have the crowd. So
Yeah.
even with that, I'm like both the Texas and North Carolina or NC State don't play defense, and you still have one of the best scorers in the country, if not the best scorer, and Rob Wright's a really good guard too. So I like the Cougars to advance on here, and I like them to lay 3, 4, whatever it is. If it gets up to like a 5.5, maybe I'll stay away. I don't like laying 5.5. It's like a kiss of death number, and they are not connected, by the way. There's a big old
I didn't.
right there.
I feel like I'm indifferent on this, dependent on who they play. If they play Texas, I'm willing to lay. But I guess it would be harder to talk me in if it's NC State. But if it was
Same.
like you said, a 5, I'd probably be betting NC State. I don't know.
It's really hard without a line. So,
Mhm.
and the thing is too, there is always it happens every year that team that plays the play-in game seems to win one. And to be honest
Yeah,
with
and
you,
it's like
this is
you
the
have
game I
the
like more than the
advantage
other.
of playing a game.
Yeah, well, not in the same arena, but like it's a rest
No, and
versus rest.
this would suck because you're going from Dayton, Ohio to Portland, Oregon.
That is true. I didn't think about that as well. Yeah, but they're playing NC State. I don't know about betting this either, though. I like it way more against Texas, but we both know the Wolfpack are going to win this, and they're going to advance to the national title game, and we're going to be rich. All right, Texas A&M is getting 3.5. Is this still 3.5 against St. Mary's? It is. It's jumped up a point. I like the Gales to move on, but I'm not crazy in love with it, and I am not laying more than a possession with this slow-ass Randy Bennett team. Not a chance. I don't think I'm going to bet it, but I will take the 3.5 with the Aggies. It's just, I don't. When St. Mary's is playing anybody good, I'm not, unless they're at home, I'm not laying more than a possession. I'm not going to do it. This game's going to come right down to the wire.
Yeah, and I feel like Texas A&M is going to have a heavy, heavy crowd in this game, being in Oklahoma.
Yeah, they will, and then also, are we forgetting who the head coach of Texas A&M is? That is a lot of trapping and a lot of pressing versus a lot of whites. Like, have fun with that for 40 minutes. I'm talking
Yeah,
myself into
A&M,
A&M. I might end up betting A&M.
A&M money line is in some parlays. But I bet the under in this game,
That's
especially with
actually a
St. Mary's.
really good side. 147 does seem a little high.
Like with St. Mary's, I question are they really going to even get past 60?
Yeah, and it's always the tale as old as time. People debate, is it easier to speed a team up or slow a team down? You're not speeding up fucking St. Mary's. They're going to play at their pace regardless.
No.
So
No.
it's a clash of two styles. This should be a really, really fun game. I'm talking myself in A&M. I might end up going in on them because I really worry about the athletes, but I fucking don't think they're good at all.
No, me neither.
Penn getting 24.5 against Illinois. 150 is the total. This is a late game on Thursday. God, I was reading something about the 3 and 14 spot here. So the last 31 3-14 games. I don't know why they pulled 31. Why don't you just do the full 32 to make it 8 years?
Who knows?
But 29-2 straight up, the 3 versus the 14, and they're 64.5% ATS. But apparently, now they keep giving these trends out, and the trends must matter a little bit. But I don't really like spreads. That does to me make sense. But like the big one on the 3-14 was that unders hit a lot. I'm like, I don't really care about it. Like those trends have nothing to do with the totals. Like that's just, to me, that's coincidence.
Yeah, could be matchup.
Yeah, like I'm not fucking. They're hitting at 74%, which is a crazy number. But like I still just know I'm not playing that.
Maybe we'll go back to the first half unders. Shout out JR.
Yeah. Dude, I could see this. I could see TJ Power having a really good game. Fran McCaffrey coaching his ass off, and Penn, ends up losing by 9. Or I could see him losing by 45. I want no part of this game. If I want, I might. If I had, we have to bet it because we're betting every game. I would put a very small amount of money on Penn just to win, and maybe I can get him up 10. But like, I also can see Illinois winning by 50 points.
Yeah, there's always the chance with Illinois, as good as their offense can be, that they immediately blitz Penn and there's no shot.
That's what I'm terrified of. Is like right out the gate, 17-0, 17-4, and it's like, oh, this is over.
So I'm not overly confident in it, but I bet the 24.5 with Penn, just because of the familiarity that Fran has with the Big Ten. Like, that's got to equate to something, right?
You would think so, but who the hell knows? This could be.
If Powers does what he's been doing, I feel great. Like this, I'll have to see if my bookie has player props, because I might do the your brother's Teddy Allen bet.
Oh, basically,
Where
like
we were doing props like 5 threes, 40 points, 10 money line.
Yeah, like if he goes, which again, it isn't the dumbest strategy, even though they could lose by 30. Because if they can win, this has to be true. Like TJ Power having a bad game and Penn winning, the probability is like none. But if TJ Power goes off, they could get killed by 30 or possibly win. So like I understand your mindset there, but I will say the end of Thursday is not. I mean, this one's a pretty good game. The other two are just crazy high spreads. This is down is down to 1.5. SLU is getting 1.5 against Georgia. 169.5 is the total. Two teams that like to run. John Schertz is his first game in the tournament. Mike White's a little familiar with it. I went back and forth on this a lot, but I'm going to stick with my bracket. I'm going to take the points with SLU. I already got the 2.5. I'd still take the 1.5. I think they'll win the game outright. But another one where, to me, it's a coin flip. I'm not overly in love with either one of these teams.
Yeah, I'm sticking with Georgia. I kind of laid the 3. But again, that's just because I'm here in Georgia.
It's fair. I love the handicap. Kennesaw is
except for this one.
20.5 in Portland, Oregon. So Gonzaga crowd here. 154.5 is the total. I think it was a good season for Petaway and the Owls. I think it's probably come crashing down here because Gonzaga loves to beat bad teams, or not beat bad teams. They're a good team. They're a great team. They made the tournament. They won the Conference USA tournament. But inferior opponents, Gonzaga just feasts all over them. So I'm going to lay the 20.5 with Gonzaga here.
Yep, laid the 20.5.
Another kind of a dud game to end the day. Idaho, the Vandals, the Fighting Alex Pribbles, are getting 23.5 against Houston, 136.5 total. It's in Oklahoma. I don't really know how. I mean, Houston's going to have the crowd for sure, but like, how are you spend it. Are you blowing your wad on a 2:15 matchup, or are you gonna wait till later on? So, but there'll be fans there.
There's just one thing that I really want to see if I have available because I may have just figured out the real play for this game. But either which way, I already laid the 23.5 with Houston. I've laid numbers like this with Houston against Big 12 opponents. Now, I get it that there's a good chance he's going to call the dogs off, but like I said, I laid this number with better opponents. If we want to say some of the lower teams in the Big 12 are better than Idaho, really, but
Maybe
I
not
think
Kansas State anymore. Hey, did you
the
see who they
play,
hired, by the way?
yeah, wasn't it the Belmont
Yeah,
coach?
Casey Alexander. That's a fucking coach that should have been hired 10 years ago. So like
Yeah,
that's a good
I
hire.
was like, well, wait a minute, was that the same coach? And like once I started looking things up, I like, oh shit, yeah. Um, so I don't have it available, but dude, the play might be Idaho team total under.
Let me do some digging because those
I mean,
are.
you don't have to like actually look it up, but just like te not a lot of teams are ready for how physical and how good Houston's defense is, and then they just absolutely shell shock teams. I think I bet this last year in the first round, and whoever Houston played, like they covered it by like 10.
Yeah, it wouldn't shock me. I mean, Idaho's big man. It's like Roberry or whatever. He's this giant man. He's like 7 foot and he's just thick as shit. He can cause some trouble, I think, for the front court of Houston being weak, but he's not. He's not like a versatile scorer either. So, and he plays himself out of games a lot of the time. So, with foul trouble. So, like, it doesn't even matter. Like, the guards aren't overly athletic. So, I think Houston probably runs him out of the gym. But I'll find something to bet on. But maybe it'll be that team total because it is the last game of the night, and you're coming off of the rush of the whole day. You gotta end the night with something. So, I'll find something there. But I just can't rush to bet that one. Let's go to the Friday slate. Santa Clara is playing Kentucky. This is in St. Louis. I'm trying to find the line because I don't know if this is moved. Santa Clara is still getting 3.5. Totals at 160.5. I'm done with Kentucky. I can't do it. I'm going with Santa Clara. I'm taking the 3.5. I'm gonna bet the money line as well. I think Herb Sendek and the Broncos get it done. This is their first tournament appearance since Steve Nash. This is 15 seed knocked off the 2 seed. I can't remember who it was. It wasn't even alive yet, so that's probably why. I might have been alive, but if not, I definitely wasn't watching basketball. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Broncos here. What about you?
I'm
Holy
going
fuck! It's
over.
down to 2.
Oh, it's down to two. I turned it off. Um,
Now I'm turning it
yeah,
back
I'm
on.
taking the over 160.5. Um,
Ooh,
I expect Kentucky to put up points in this game, but also uh, Santa Clara has a pretty good, like from a Ken Palm standing, better than Kentucky's. Now, could be subjective with the opponents that you're playing and everything like that. But still, like I think they're going to have the ability to put up points. So I'm on the over. I think Kentucky wins, but I like I think it could be either which way. Like they could blow them out, or it's like at the last minute they get it by.
yeah, they pull away right at the end. I understand what you're saying. Here, I finally got this pulled up here. Um, Akron's getting 7.5. There is 8.5s out there against Texas Tech. This is another one of those. To me, this is very. It's not similar to Penn in Illinois because there is a 17-point difference in the spread.
Yes.
but Texas Tech is a little similar to Illinois. I think they're more upset proof than Illinois is, and obviously their opponent's better, the spread's lower. But like if Christian Anderson's not on, like anybody can get him, and Akron is really, really talented. I'm gonna take the 8.5 with Akron, but I'm not in love with it, and I'm not gonna bet the money line. I know this is a popular upset pick. I'm staying away from it. You know what I really have a bad taste of is the Akron Creighton game from last year, where I started to build a little. It was last year or the year before? I think it was the year before actually. I started to believe a little bit in Akron. No, because Akron lost to Purdue last year. No, they didn't lose to Purdue. I don't know who they lost to. But, like, it was a similar spot against a streaky Creighton team. I was like, dude, they could do this because Creighton, had Ropes and Shireman. I don't know if Shireman was on that team or not, but, like, Creighton just blitzed them right from the get-go and it was over with. Gross has not been good in the tournament, even though he makes it a lot. He hasn't been great. But I'm going to take the points. Not betting the money line, though. This is a big possession here. Oh, anti-fun. Oh, we can hit a 3 here and no foul. Oh, so hope for the hit. You guys can hit a 3 here and no foul. I'll take the cover.
So I took the 7.5. I wish I could have gotten the 8, but hey, that's what happens when you're in a state where can't bet. I was
Books
one
are
of the
limited.
safety guy, huh?
Books are limited.
Limited to one. It was funny explaining to one of the safety guys, like, yeah, it really sucks that I'm not able to bet on as much as I used to, like when I'm back home. And he's like, "Oh, you guys got it legal up there?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Which books you use?" And I'm like,
15.
DraftKings, FanDuel, BetMGM, Hard Rock, Bet365, Bally, and his like with every one that I list off, his eyes just get bigger, and I'm like, listen, you give me a good promo to
Yeah.
start, I'm gonna use it for a
Yeah, you can
hedge.
take your up to $200 no sweat bet and shove it right up your fucking ass. Whoever
Like
throws that in my
it's like
face.
once it's like the realization of like, oh my God, you are like an actual degenerate. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, it's it's all. I love that it's legal, but then I just hate what comes with it. If that makes sense.
Hmm.
There's a
Yeah.
lot of fucking like, dude. I do not care about your fucking parlay that missed by one. Like, I do not care at all. I do not care about any of your bets. You should care about all of mine, but I don't care about any of yours. Let's move on here. Oh, classic. Okay, this. I was just telling my brother about this. I'll never understand. Now this is live, so this could literally come back to bite me. When you're down 4, just I get taking the easy layup, but when there is 7 seconds, he makes both these free throws, you're cooked. You're fucked. Shoot a fucking 3. Am I wrong? I mean, he could miss this free throw, and then I'm just looking like
I
an
don't
asshole.
know what's going on. I don't have it on. I turned my TV off.
Okay, well, UMBC cut it 2. They took the easy layup, 7.5. Well, let's just get back to our games. Arizona's laying 31.5 against the fucking Sharks of Long Island.
Lay it.
Yeah, I'm gonna lay it too. I think Malachi Davis might have a good game because he's the only player on Long Island that can really compete with anybody from Arizona. But Arizona's gonna win this game. I'm not betting it. Wright State's getting 18.5 against Virginia. 150 tip. This is in Philly. It's not a terrible drive for people. I don't know. Philly's actually pretty far away, isn't it? It's like almost, it's like 7 hours from us.
What are you saying for Wright State or for
Yeah, for
Virginia?
Wright State, it's far.
Yeah, it's yeah.
Because it's like 7
We
hours from
went through
us.
we went through Philadelphia when we had to go to Atlantic City one time.
Oh, you
I
just
feel
had to
like
go to
that was
Atlantic City. Like, that sounds
it was
awesome.
for a card show convention. Um,
Fucking nerd.
Go fuck yourself. So I think it was every bit of 7 or 8 hours, maybe.
Yeah,
I
that's what I thought.
think.
So did you 100% turn your TV off?
I have it on now.
Okay. I just curious.
They're inbounding right now.
So like now, like if this dude makes
Foul.
both free throws, you're fucked. I might not be fucked because if he
I
makes,
have money line.
well, I'm the smart guy and bet the 1.5. What are you doing in this game
Well,
though?
I
So for me,
I'm taking the Raiders.
this,
Give me the 18.5.
yeah, so am I. I'm taking the 18.5. I will say, I've actually bet the 18.5 already. If there was going to be a 14 seed win, this would be my 14. But I don't think they do. I think all the 14s end up losing. But I do like the points with Clint Sargent and the Raiders. They're built a lot different than the Scott Nagy teams too, where Scott Nagy's team is a real finesse and like all up and down offense. We got a shot here. He dribbles up the court, turns it over. No, he doesn't. For the tie. No. Oh, was I ahead of you?
You were like maybe half a second.
Good win for Howard.
Sorry.
Moving on. Have fun with.
Starting off the tournament with an L. This is just great.
I do.
Cancel it. I'm cashing out of all my
I'm
bets.
telling you right now, I lose the 16 versus 16 game every fucking year. I don't think I've got it right in 7 years. I'm telling you,
I feel like I got it right last year. I can't remember
Nope,
though.
I know for a fact I didn't. So I don't know what it is. I can never get it right. Tennessee State's getting 25.5 versus Iowa State. 148 is the total. How many times it's 24.5 now. I'm going to lay the 24.5 with Iowa State. How many times are we going to do this? Like Iowa State just blitzes all these teams that are just undermanned and not as talented as them. It's
Yes.
every time they blow them out. And I'm not fading it away from here. I think Iowa State's going to fucking roll.
Yeah, plus semi-easy travel for them, I do believe.
Yeah, it's St. Louis, and I mean, Iowa State is an underrated fan base that will travel to all these games too. So
yeah,
I expect a pretty good showing. I think they blow the Nolan Smith Tigers out.
Yep, lay it.
Hofstra's getting 12.5. Some of us got 13.5. I think you did too. 159.5.
No, I got 12.5.
Still a good number. 159.5 is the total. Obviously, Aiden Holloway will not be playing in this game. He had 2.1 pounds of pot on him.
Which it is funny. Our college football guy Bud Elliott was tweeted out that or the way that they worded it was they did it in a way that it was point 0.1 pounds away from being an actual trafficking felony. So he kind of got a little bit of help, but yeah, not good.
Yeah, he's an idiot.
Not good.
Like, dude, you
idiot.
Fucked yourself so hard. And
absolutely.
I'll tell you what, I was on Hofstra that I picked on one of my bracket. I love him now. I'll tell you that, I got a money line before this happened. Bet the 13.5, but I think Hofstra's going to get him outright. So I'm definitely taking. Obviously, I have the 13.5. I'm also going to be betting more on the money line, and I think with Cruz Davis, he's not going to be a better pro by any means because he might not even make it to the NBA. Like Philon's the better pro for sure, but Cruz Davis might be the best college player in this game. So. And you know I love fading NATO. It's in the tournament. So give me the pride here.
Yeah.
Speedy Claxton and company advance on for me.
Yeah, I got the 12.5. I sprinkled the money line. Go Pride. Go fuck yourself. That's the name of their school.
You know what their old name was?
What was it?
The Flying Dutchman, which is badass.
Ah, that's right. Yeah, go from that to the Pride.
Yeah, real fucking cool. Utah State is laying 1.5 now against Villanova. I picked Utah State on the bracket podcast, and I'm fading myself. Utah State is just way too fucking public. Something must have happened with a big bet or something to get Villanova down because the majority of people are still on Utah State. I am going to take the 1.5 with Villanova, and I am going to bet. I'm just going to keep the one or take the 1.5 points, but because I do think it'll be close. But I'm going to take the Wildcats here. I'm going to flip on myself.
Yeah, I'm just kind of going back to the fade the Mount West in the tournament.
Calhoun's been the only one that's him and Dutcher have been pretty decent, but
Yeah, but now what? Are they the only team?
they're the only team this year. That's another thing, though. The Mountain West has struggled in the tournament as well because they get fucked with their seedings. Like this should not
You're
be
not
fucking.
wrong.
They should not be an 8 seed. They should be a 6, a 5. They get fucked every year. The college football committee's fucking biased. The NCAA tournament committee's fucking just as bad. VCU wouldn't have got in if they didn't win the A10. Basically, Miami, Ohio's playing a first 4 game. Like they're just completely fucking the little guy over in a sport where the little guy actually can win too.
Yeah.
Like football, it's gonna take a special team for a G5 school to beat a power school. Basketball doesn't really need to be. Like we've seen it over and over, and they just keep getting fucked. But you're betting Villanova, correct?
Yes, absolutely.
So this one's gonna be Tennessee in the winner of the Miami Ohio SMU game. Numbers around 7, 6.5, 7. For about either team. Or SMU, sorry. SMU's is 4, Miami Ohio is around 7. So I'm going to lay with the Vols against both of them
Yep.
at both of those
Yeah,
numbers.
no matter who it is, honestly.
I scared though we're both pretty bullish on Tennessee, but Rick Barnes and March,
Yeah, we're
baby, we love
trusting
them.
Rick Barnes in the tournament. It does scare me.
Iowa is laying 2.5 against Clemson. Still at 2.5. It is 128 now is the total, which is not shocking. Ben McCollum does have like one of the slowest pace offenses in the sport. Brad Burnell by no means is out there fucking playing like Alabama either. What are you doing here?
Yeah, I'm going with Iowa. Um, I just Clemson has been there was a moment where we were on Clemson, or maybe it was just me, and they were doing well for me, and then they just started to fall off.
Yeah, I think that's why I'm going to take them. Weirdly enough, is I think everybody's kind of against them. Nobody believes in this team. I will believe in you, Brad Burnell. I think Clemson's going to get it done. Not in love by any means with Clemson here, but because the shot making that Sturts has does terrify me. But Clemson seems to do really well outside of ACC play, which is odd for that being like the 4th best league. But for some reason, they get out and play other opponents, they do really well. So give me the Tigers. Give me the 2.5. I'm going to take the money line as well. The Johnnies are playing Northern Iowa. Johnnies laying 10.5. 131.5 is the total. Probably another game where Ben Jacobson and the Panthers are going to try to drag this into the mud, make it a gross game. Well, my thing is Rick Pitino has been doing that to teams for years. He will be fine with
Hmm.
that. I really worry about Northern Iowa's athleticism. I worry about their front court. I think St. John's kind of cruises here. This is a sneaky, upset, trendy pick that is like starting to rear its head out on the Twitter spaces, but I don't buy into it. I think St. John's is going to smack them.
Yeah, for whatever reason, there's been a bias about the big, like, I understand the Big East hasn't been as good this year, but like to think that St. John's is a 5 seed is just
Yeah, and
they were the 1 seed in the Big East, were the regular season champs and the tournament champs. Like, get the fuck out of here.
well, then the
Um,
counter everybody's using is, well, look at their non-con. It's like, oh, you mean the first 12 games of the year? Like the teams aren't allowed to get better? Like I don't
because
buy
didn't
into
they
that at
play
all.
like Florida, Texas Tech, and
They did that. They played Baylor when we thought Baylor was good. Baylor could win the
yeah.
crown though. I was like, that was a. Oh, West Virginia's 100. I told you they were in that shit. They're 100% winning that thing. I'm waiting for odds to come out. It was the most West Virginia
Oh,
fucking thing I've ever seen. We're going to
yeah,
win the
my
fucking
bookie
tournament.
actually had like NIT odds. I didn't pay a bit of attention to them,
Oh, I
but
got bet. I have games on right now, actually, that pretty
I
much lock
I
it up.
know your fucking ass has
And,
NIT games
and
on.
it's fucking, the worst thing is the CBI got canceled this year. Fucking
Hmm.
terrible for the sport. They never actually came out why, but no, for me, I think St. John smacks them. I really don't worry that much about Northern Iowa. I don't like. There's been Northern Iowa did battle through a lot of injuries. That's why their metrics were really bad, and they've gotten healthy and better throughout the season. But I still think there was Northern Iowa team like this isn't even nearly one of Jacobson's best teams, and I don't think you're going in there and just surprising Rick Pitino. I just don't see that happening.
Yeah, I already laid the 10.5 with the Johnnies. I'm more confident with Patino than any coach.
UCLA is laying 5.5 against the Golden Knights of UCF. I believe this did this jump? No, I did see it earlier at 6.5. You can not get a 6.5 out there now. I have UCLA advancing my bracket, but I'm not laying 5.5 with Mick Cronin and UCLA. Give me the 5.5 with UCF. I can see a path for them to win, so I'm not laying 2 possessions with UCLA. No. I think UCLA or UCF has the advantage, especially with Thibodeau, one of their big men for UCLA sprained his knee in that Michigan State game. They say he's fine, he's going to play, but the front court of UCF is talented. Johnny Dawkins actually is weirdly good as an underdog too. Give me the Golden Knights plus 5.5, and it would not shock me a little bit if they won this game. Not going to bet the money line or anything, but it would not be crazy to me. Obviously, it's only 5.5, but I do think there's a scenario where UCF advances.
Yeah, I related with UCLA. Um, I completely forgot though this game was in Philadelphia, so they're not really gonna have much of a home crowd, but
It's not that close to Orlando either, though.
no, but I mean at least that's on the same coast. It's still
Yeah.
gonna be far travel, but um I still just think UCLA is like that much better than UCF. I feel like UCF kind of overachieved, especially like they were significantly better at home, which it that's always what ends up happening in the UCF. So I'm gonna lay it with UCLA, but there's not a whole lot of conviction behind it. I feel like I've overlooked UCLA a lot of times this season, and it's cost me.
Fair. And I really do like Donovan Dent. God, they were my fucking Final Four prediction team too. That's to start the season was UCLA. It was UCLA, Houston, Tech, and I think Gonzaga. The Tech and Houston I like, but if Topham was healthy, but UCLA just did not have the year I thought they were going to. Queens getting 25.5 against Purdue. This is also in that range. Ooh, I got a stat for this one. Got a stat for you here. You ready?
Yes.
When a 2 seed is favored by more than 17 points, they're 38% against the spread. That's it.
Mm.
Which is actually kind of shocking to me. Like I thought that was not. I was crazy, kind of low. Only 17.5 or 17 points. I like the Royals plus 25.5. I think they're frisky for a long time in this game. I worry about the size down low a little bit, but they can go. They're oddly enough are going to have the better athletes. They're not going to have the better basketball players. Grant Leonard is a good enough coach. This is their last ride too, since they're merging with Elon. I think Purdue wins by 18. Queens gets the cover. If there was a 215 though, this would be the one that I know they just won the Big Ten title, but I'm pretty sure the same fucking thing happened. Didn't they just win the Big Ten and then lose to Fairleigh Dickinson? Because they're the number one overall seed. I feel like they would have had to be, right?
Yes.
But they're not going to beat Purdue, but if there was a 15 seed, this would be my pick for that, for sure.
Yeah, I laid the 25.5. I mean, Painter feels like has his struggles in the tournament, and like I feel even better that like I think we talked about in the tournament thing, the fact that they won the Big Ten championship kind of makes me feel better about fading them in the tournament.
I thought you just said you laid it.
Oh no, I took the 25.5. I'm sorry. I said the wrong thing. Go Queens.
Okay, I was about to say, is like I'm pretty confident that like
I'm a moron.
like before that you said you were going to be on Queens, or like when we did the last show too.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
no line here, but Prairie View versus Lehigh, it's going to be Lehigh. I promise you that. Probably not. It'll probably be the fucking Panthers. They'll fuck me one more time. Um, if Prairie View wins, I'm going back in. 100% going to be betting on Florida. I'll fucking die on this goddamn hill. But either way, I don't bet the 116s like anything with
I
conviction.
will
So
not bet this one. I bet every other one. I will not bet this one.
Cal Baptist is getting 15.5 against Kansas. 137.5 total. This is all the way in California. Not far from Cal Baptist.
Hmm.
Yeah, I took the 15.5 with the Lancers. I picked them to win this game outright. I don't know if they get home there, but if they don't, I got the 15.5 to back up. The thing is, so for one, Cal Baptist the metrics won't reflect it because they're like Dominic Daniels is like 5'9", 5'10", and they have another kind of smaller guard that comes off the bench. But they have three guys that are 6'10", 6'11" that play significant minutes. So they have bodies that throw at Flurry. The real thing is, though, there is the chance that Peterson just goes nuclear because I don't see how Cal Baptist has any. Like, can't put Daniels on him. He's too small. They don't really have a guy to stop him. But it just hasn't really reared its head in a while. And Dominic Daniels, dude, he has the potential to go for 30 in this game. I think they can win the game outright. But if not, I have the 15.5. I don't see Kansas beating them by more than 15 here.
Yeah, I'm taking the 15.5. Kansas just all over the place. And it's like what I guess we're in the tournament now, so we should kind of expect Peterson to be playing every single game.
I don't
But,
know.
but yeah, your look says it all. Like he didn't do it in the regular season, so why the hell would he do it now? But I feel like it's still the tournament, but
You would
I don't
hope,
know.
but I just don't
Yeah.
know if he cares.
Hmm. I mean, it's like part of every single part that we've talked about with Kansas's handicap to win it all is just in every single game. What kind of Darren Patterson are we getting?
Yeah, Patterson.
Peterson, Patterson.
I think I said I said Peterson. It's Patterson.
It's
That's
yeah.
my fault. Furman's getting 20.5 against UConn. 136.5 is total. It's in Philly. This will be a pro UConn crowd easily.
Lay it.
I wanted to talk myself into Furman the 20.5, but I can't get there. This is a
Dude, I think I need to remind you. Hurley's like undefeated in the tournament ATS.
I yeah, I forgot about that. I mean
Like that.
the way I was trying to talk myself into it is like Furman was banged up all year. They're not a 15 seed. They should probably have been. If the guys were healthy all year, they'd probably be a 13 or 14. Worst case scenario, but
Mhm.
they're all super young. It's a like this is a weird like freshman sophomore mid major team that will probably follow Bob Ritchie to wherever school he goes next. But I did totally forget about Hurley knowing the number, and he does that shit in the regular season too. So yeah, I'm
But
gonna
I
lay it.
feel like in the tournament, it's turned up even more
No, you're right.
because Yeah, the two tournament runs, I'm pretty sure they covered every single game.
They've no,
And
they've
then
they've covered every game so far. He's 14
yeah,
straight.
last year against Florida even, like we didn't give them a shot and they almost pulled that game out of their ass. They played Florida, I think the best out of any team in the tournament last year, except for maybe Auburn.
Tech. Tech was up
Tech, yeah.
like 6 with like a minute left and blew it.
Yeah, you're right. You're
But
right.
but still, UConn did the same thing. They were up like 7 with like 3 minutes.
As an 8 seed.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm switching with you. I'm going to go with UConn here. Last game on Friday, Missouri's getting 1.5 against Miami. This is in St. Louis, and I saw that and was like, I didn't even think about that when I picked it in my bracket. And Miami fans are up in arms because this is in Missouri.
Yeah, and Miami fans, shut the fuck up. You literally hosted the national
Yeah,
championship.
that's exactly what I was gonna say. You literally had the national championship in your home stadium. Shut up.
Shut up.
I do not care. And as I shit on your fan base, I'm going to lay. Actually,
God damn it.
I don't lay the 1.5. I'll take the money line. I don't lay 1.5. So I ain't getting screwed by that shit anymore. Take the money line. Take the 1.5s when they present themselves. Take the money line when they're laying the 1.5. I don't do it. So I'm going to take the Hurricanes here. I think they get it done here. I like Dennis Gates, but I have just not believed in Missouri all season long. I don't believe they're a tournament team. I think there's 15 other teams that were better than them. I think West Virginia is better than Missouri. I watch every West Virginia game. I watch a ton of Missouri. I think they're better than Missouri. The metrics, all that shit, probably didn't earn their way. They didn't earn their way in. But Missouri's not good. No. Give me Miami. And I like the way Miami's been playing down the stretch.
Yeah, go Miami.
Well, buddy, that does all of the Thursday, Friday games. We will be back on Saturday morning with the rest.
You will be.
I'll be back Saturday morning with all of the games for Saturday and Sunday. But until then, we're out of here. I'll see you guys.
Peace.